is a practice that dates back thousands of years, evolving through various methods to care for bees and utilize their products. This long history has led to numerous insights in how we can benefit from bees, both at home and in our environment. Bees play a crucial role in the ecological balance, making them essential for many habitats. If you're considering beekeeping, it's an exciting opportunity, but it also requires careful thought. You need to assess whether your location can support a bee colony, whether you can commit to a seasonal care schedule, and how you'll manage potential pests and diseases. By following some basic guidelines and practical considerations, beekeeping will be the sweetest deal you'll ever get. Finding out whether or not you can keep bees is the first step. Learning your local bylaws will determine whether or not you can keep bees on yours or another's property. Other necessities to take into consideration are the plants in your local vicinity, which of them provide nectar, and during what times of year they bloom. Having enough space for your hives is another factor to consider, as too limited space is counterproductive to your bees' efficiency and can cause problems down the road such as drifting. If you can't meet these requirements, consider taking your passion project for bees to someone you know and ask them to keep the bees on their property. Most people will welcome bees due to their plant-boosting capabilities, and many appreciate the occasional jar of honey in exchange for the plot they'll stay on. Preparing to take on the role as beekeeper will demand that you have everything ready to care for and maintain their home. The type of hive you'll choose for your colony is the best place to start, as the most common type of hive used today is the Langstroth hive, a design that has been used for well over a century in facilitating hive health and harvesting of honey and wax. You'll also be requiring an impressive array of tools, including but not limited to a hive tool, a cage smoker, a bee suit, feeders, queen cages, as well as additional frames and boxes. The exciting venture of actually acquiring your bees should be thought through and through, as the type of colony you adopt will be determining your next steps in maintaining them. Ensuring your bees are locally sourced, treated for disease, and the equipment included with their purchase is in good condition is paramount. A common and convenient way to receive your bees comes in the form of a Nucleus colony, a small colony of bees with a few frames of honey. Bees of all life stages can be found in these nuke colonies, allowing for a smooth start to their growth once you install a mated queen for them. Single colonies are full-size colonies with an active queen and several frames of brood, pollen, and honey. These colonies require heavy maintenance right off the bat, and you'll have to be prepared to split your colony hives frequently throughout the year based on how fast they'll be reproducing. Finding and catching wild bees in the forms of swarms or cutout colonies is as easy as it is affordable, that being free. The drawback to them is that you have no insights into their history, and they come with the risk of taking home diseases, a virgin queen, or a poor genetic colony of bees. Great care must be taken in examining your bees once a swarm has been installed into one of your hives. Once you've settled your bees in, you'll want to fall into a schedule for inspecting your hives. This schedule will be based off of the climate and weather trends in your area, flows and dearth for nectar collection, and the recordable activity of your bees. As a rule of thumb, every time you open your hive, it should be done with a purpose, as disturbing your bees disrupts their productivity. So you'll want to make the most out of these inspections with the following steps in mind. You'll always want to check if you're queen right. Is she visible? And are there eggs present and being laid in the bottom of the cells? Are the patterns of your brood frames consistent? Healthy colonies do not have a shotgun or inconsistent pattern in their brood. How is your population? By counting your frames that are full of bees on the bottom of each frame can help you determine whether your population is increasing or decreasing. Are there any signs of disease? Opened capped brood, irregular brood patterns, or unusual activity in the hive can indicate a diseased colony. Are there signs of queen replacement? Active queen cells, swarm cells, supersedure cells, and emergency cells can indicate a failing, replacement, or dead queen. Sticking to a proper schedule coincides with knowing what to look for during your inspections and how to rationally handle any issues you run into. A typical seasonal schedule may look like this. With the building up of stores for brood growth in spring, regular management during the summer population boom during flow, harvest and winter preparation in autumn, and keeping your bees fed and warm in the winter, beekeeping can come down to a simple, albeit therapeutic chore with massive benefits. Whether you approach beekeeping as a hobby, a business, or a small-scale farm husbandry project, it comes with the responsibility of caring for living creatures. Unlike traditional livestock that need to be fenced in, or crops that require protection from animals, bees have the freedom to come and go as they please. If a colony finds a hive to be unfit, they can simply pack up and leave. The title of beekeeper reflects our ability to create a comfortable home for these incredible insects. Being a beekeeper means fostering and nurturing their bees for the benefit of oneself and the environment. It's an important responsibility. Every flower that blooms depends on the work of these tiny, fascinating creatures.